guys, listen to this really sad or dark sounding interval. It's a minor sixth. And now for something completely different, listen to this really bright and cheerful sounding interval. And do you know what interval that is? It's also a minor sixth.
What?
It's Matt, and we're working on playing guitar by ear. The point of my little minor sixth demo was to show you that you're already tonicizing, whether you're aware of it or not. When we hear the low note as the tonic, it seems like a minor scale, and it sounds sort of dark. But when we hear the upper note as the tonic, we hear it as a major harmony, and we hear the lower note as having harmonically that major quality in there too. And so we're just becoming more conscious of our sense of tonicization. If you notice, it's really easy to sort of get tonicized externally. But what we're going to do today is challenge our internal sense of tonicization. To do it, we'll take two chords that exist in sort of a harmonic gray area because they could both be found in two different keys or scales. And so if we take a D major and a G major chord, they could exist both in a G major scale, but also in a D major scale. Let me externally tonicize the G for you. Now, if we hear the two chords, we get that kind of last two chords of a symphony sound, dominant to tonic. It seems like we would likely end on the G. Now let me tonicize you to D. Now, if we hear the two chords, we'll more likely interpret them as gravitating towards the D. But it's not really the same as that last two chords of a symphony sound. In this case, it's a little bit more like one of these. Amen. And so what you could do is tonicize yourself to one of the chords and then keep strumming the two chords while you hum or whistle or sing the notes from that scale. And then tonicize yourself to the other chord and do the same experiment. And for practice, you could do any two chords that are a perfect fifth apart. Let's try the same thing with A and D, but this time we'll tonicize ourselves. Let's listen to the D chord and match it. La. And then we can tonicize like we did in the last video. La, la, la. Or we can do one of these.
La 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 la.
And now we should hear that sort of last two chords of a symphony sound going to the D chord. If we take a moment to listen to the A and tonicize. La, la, la,
La 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 la.
Now we should perceive more of that 4-1 or all men type sound. Now let's try tonicizing to minor, but we'll do it in a more sort of guitar playing way. I bet you already know this pentatonic minor scale. Again, we have two chords that could exist in either key, and we're going to tonicize to each one. In the scale, we should take note of where all the roots and fifths are, because those are the main notes that tonicize us. My favorite way would be to record yourself playing the two chords back and forth, or make a backing track, or if you have a looper pedal. Then turn it off for a second and just play with the A minor pentatonic scale until you feel tonicized. And then play or improvise along with the two chords in that key and notice how the A minor seems like the main chord. retonicized to the E. Again, there's a difference because in the other key, it was a 5-1, whereas this is a 1-4 progression. But don't worry too much about that. Back and forth and retonicizing yourself to the different keys. This will give you a really good foundation for playing by ear. Let me know how it's going below, and I'll see you next time.